please.
3, 2, 1.
And we are live back at the Snake Pit with Sarah Ditto. Bambi.
Yeah, that's the nickname.
That's the nickname. Can you, now, I mean, a lot of people know what you do, but for those who don't, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I'm Sarah Ditto. I am a Lubbock artist, tattoo artist, and owner of Broken Chains Tattoo.
Broken Chains Tattoo. That's your own
That's
building,
my
right?
baby.
Yeah.
Just opened this year, April 28th. So at this time, it's been 7 months.
So, well, let me backtrack a little bit. How long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing 9.5 years. Started in 2013. Hitting my 10th year in May of 23.
Wow. So I'm just going to jump right into it.
Yeah.
After 10 years, how does it progress as a tattoo artist? What are you looking for? Or are you kind of sticking to your own thing? You have your own little style. What would you call it?
Well, I just say it's like bright and bold, but it's heavily like traditional, like American traditional.
That's wonderful.
But some people are real.
Can you get that mic closer to you, please? There you go.
Some people are real particular about what that is, which is basically bold lines, rich colors, stuff that was real popular back in the 20s, which was when sailors were voyaging out, going, doing whatever, getting tattooed. That's the kind of style. It's lasted the test of time. They're still super popular today. They have tattoos that look like tattoos. That's the stuff that I like to do. When I started out, I did everything that you can do because I don't have clientele. I can't just be like, well, I only do this. Yeah. So I had to learn to do everything pretty much. And over the last maybe 3 or 4 years or so, I've been kind of refining it more and working on getting this where I can do mostly the bright and bold stuff that I like to do. So it's been a long process. It's been a crazy journey. It look back and I'm like, I can't believe it's been 10 years, but it does feel like that, but it doesn't feel like it. Y'all know how that feels.
I'm in my 10th year of hairdressing.
So you're like, shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I stayed.
Yeah. And then you look at your work, and you're like, man, I thought that was nice. Yeah. And you're like, But it's been a long journey and it's crazy. It's awesome. I never thought I'd be at the point where I'm at now. That's for sure.
Did you always know that you wanted to do like this traditional style, or did you kind of have to try other things before you settled into it?
I definitely know that I liked it a lot. I used to like the kind of like neo-traditional, which is like, I guess the same principles as traditional, but like the same subject matters like skulls and, witch ladies and whatever, but it's more illustrated. It's way more detailed. There's way more wall-to-wall color.
Will you Google something like a
neo-traditional? So I used to be into that because it looks great. I still like it. But I like more of the actual American traditional, which is super bold. It looks super simple, but it's not actually that simple to draw up and make into a tattooable design. But I like that more because it's just more striking. It's more bold. Mm-hmm. You can be across the street and say, oh man, that's a sick skull and snake, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, like it is what it is. Yeah, when you see it.
So when you see that neo-traditional versus traditional, it's just like super more fancy and, complicated and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you decide to do tattooing?
I've been wanting to do tattooing since I was 13. That's when I started telling everybody, my friends, my family, teachers, whatever. I've always drew. You're a kid, everyone draws. But I just kept drawing. I just liked it like I was in school. I just be drawing on my paper. My teacher would be like, hey, not great grades. I just never had any other interests. I was always into drawing or just like playing outside and stuff. So, you grow up and everyone's like, what do you want to be when you grow up and stuff? And I was like, I don't know. Like I always just wanted to be like, when I was a kid, I was like a veterinarian or whatever. But when I was older, I didn't know. I was like, nothing sounds cool. All my friends were like, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a lawyer, whatever. And I was just like, I don't know. And I guess around that time, I was like, that's what I want to do. Because I started getting into, my dad raised us on like classic rock and stuff. So I started listening to other, heavier music and stuff. And I was like, damn, these tattoos look fucking cool. Yeah. And, and that was before, Miami Ink and all those reality shows came out. So it wasn't like as popular as it got, after that. So a lot of people were telling me, my teachers would be like, oh, that's not really a career choice. That's kind of like a weekend gig. Yeah. And I was just like, damn. And I kind of listened to them, you know, because straight out of high school, I didn't just start tattooing. And, you know, I had about 6 years where I was doing all kinds of jobs under the sun. Like, I'm talking retail, fast food, housekeeping. I worked at Joyland. I worked at Michael's, U-Haul, like Popeyes, Pizza Hut. Yeah. Worked at Dairy Queen, you know, flipping blizzards. So it took me a minute to get there and finally, you know, get my opportunity. But,
how did you get that? Did you like literally have to seek out an apprenticeship, or how does that even go?
Yeah, it's going to be different for everyone. I get asked a bunch, you know, because now a lot of people want to do this as a career, but it takes a long time. Like, it's super saturated anyway. Like, there's so many tattooers that are like badass, right? There's so many that are just like doing tattoos that, you know, they just order a machine off the internet or whatever. For me, like, I just didn't know how to do it. I had no idea. When I was younger, I didn't really have the funds to be getting tattooed the way I wanted to, which is a good thing because I didn't really know what I liked. You know, I didn't know I liked that traditional stuff and whatever. So I do have some that are like, ooh, who doesn't, honestly? I started getting tattooed finally. Like, I was working some jobs where I was working like 2 jobs. So I was like, okay, cool. I got the cash to like go and get tattooed. Yeah. So started going to this guy, and he's local in town. The shop doesn't exist anymore, but I started getting tattooed and stuff. I got this big one on my chest done, and got this big one on my arm right here. And one day he was talking to another artist, and he was like, yeah, man, I want to expand the shop and blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna start looking for apprentices and this and that. My butthole just shrunk up like crazy because I was just like I was like, this is, and so I was like automatically I'm just sitting there getting drilled. I was just like, my heart rate's up because I'm like, oh my God, I need to say something, you know. And I was like, man, you know, I always wanted to be a tattoo artist, you know, and a lot of people say that, but I've really been saying it for a minute. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, you know, I'll tell you what, I want you to go home and draw. Like, after this was like a late session, it was like 10:30. I'm getting tattooed, whatever. He's like, he gave me a fuckload of tracing paper. He's like, I want you to draw, I think it was just like 5 things, like a skull, rose, you know, I don't know the other things, but he's like, draw that. And then he gave me all this stuff that, like, it was a bunch of like Sailor Jerry, which is a traditional tattooer, bunch of his flash, like, and then just various other stuff. And he's like, I want you to fill up all this tracing paper with just tracing this. And so I had to draw all this stuff, trace all this stuff. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I want you to bring it back tomorrow and I'll look at it. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was just like, I went home after getting tattooed, and I stayed up all night. And I was just like,
so you just did it.
I was like, no, because I've been wanting this so bad. And I was just like, I was getting to work and I just throwing away all my shit. I was like, oh my God, that sucks. You know, I'm overthinking it. At the time, like, I'm not at the skill level I'm at right now. So I'm just like doing this, I'm drawing this. I stayed up probably like till 4:30 in the morning. And finally I was like, I still wasn't happy with all my stuff, but I was like, I gotta show them something. Yeah. So I show up the next day, and I was all nervous and stuff. So I made up like this thing, like, here's all my stuff, but I gotta go and do this thing or whatever. Cause I didn't want to be just like, critiqued, you know, I was just like scared as fucking, I bitched out. You didn't want to feel it. You're like, I was like, I didn't even want to like look at him in the eyes. So I bounced out or whatever. And he called me later. He's like, hey, come back to the shop. I want to talk to you. I was like, okay, cool. And then he was trying to talk me out of it. I got there. And he was like, why do you want to be a tattooer? And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to do anything else. I said, I just feel like, I mean, I like to draw, and I like tattoos. It just seems real cool, you know? And he tried to talk me out of it. He said, well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard work. You're going to be here working every day for free. Like, you know, I'm not going to teach you anything for a while. He said, any kind of relationship you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, consider that gone, because a lot of people, they want to break up with the people that are doing apprenticeships or just tattooing in general, because there's so much time and energy is consumed because you're always there. It's like you're in a relationship with tattooing and being apprentice. So it's like cleaning the shop, answering phones, being the front desk, running and get lunches and drinks and whatever, booze and cigarettes and, whatever. Like,
we need one of those here.
Yes, we do. But what do they get out of it? They got to have an end goal.
Oh yeah, well, I was just throwing that out there. But yeah, so you were doing it all. You were that serious about it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he was trying to talk me out of it, and he's like, and I was like, "Yep, I don't care. Yep," because you're like, okay.
Was that a tactic to get somebody who was serious? You think?
Oh, that's why it's so difficult. Like during the apprenticeship process, like when you're in it, finally, you're getting kind of humiliated.
Is it kind of like hazing?
Yeah.
God, we need one of those persons.
And there's some various levels, because I've heard people that are like, my mentor had me scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush and, scrubbing the toilet with the toothbrush and washing their cars and shit like that. Like, also like mentally, like you suck. Degrading and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, man, like every single week I left cry like multiple times a day, and I it was hard because I just felt like I sucked, like I wasn't good enough. And I'm not saying like you should do that and should
and like not
be a mentor
not to put his business out there, but I remember Emilio telling me that y'all were apprentices at the same time.
Yes. So he actually like
the one
hired
that's your friend?
The one on the show.
Photographer.
He started
Emilio
doing
Garcia.
that? Oh, shit.
That's how I met him.
Okay.
I've actually tattooed a few people, a handful of people on your show. But that's how I met Emilio. And so this dude, he hired it was 5 or 6 of us. And that's a no-no. Like, you don't do that. An apprenticeship, that's like a sacred thing. Like,
it's like a mentorship.
Yeah, it's like something you need to do one-on-one, whatever. So it was a clusterfuck from the get-go. And they started dropping off because the way they were treating us, when they're treating us like that, to see if we wanted enough to stick around, to go through all this stuff, to go and run all these errands and get all this food and get cigarettes and, oh, the order's wrong, go fucking back. Even though I put the order wrong, I put the order in right. They fucked it up. I go and I deal with it.
So doing this still, does it guarantee, if you stick with it, does it guarantee you a spot in their studio?
Yeah, most cases. Yeah. I wouldn't. It's all individual.
Dang,
like a lot of people's mentorship, apprenticeship thing is different. But mine, it was like, you're gonna work. He was trying to expand the shop. He was trying to make a super shop. So that's why he got all of us. So I didn't feel that special anymore when I showed up, and there's a bunch of other people there. But I was like, cool, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. In retrospect, I feel like something like that's kind of out of greed. Like, there's no reason why you need to take all those apprentices and we're all getting, not really taught much. It just, I was the only, I'll just say this. I was the only one that went through to being an apprentice to a tattooer, and it took about 2 years, I would say. I was thrown in there after a couple of months. I tattooed myself. They drew like a chicken leg or whatever. Like, here you go, tattoo yourself. I've never even picked up a machine. They set it up for me. I think they were doing it for their own amusement. So I was like, I had to, because I was I was like, okay, I'll do this chicken leg.
I was going to ask you what your first tattoo.
My first tattoo was, I don't know, where's the camera?
Well, no, your first time tattooing.
Oh man. It was myself.
Yeah,
it was that chicken leg.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Everyone standing around me, and I was just like shaking like a leaf. And then, it was real quick. It was small, whatever. And then after a while, I finally got some training and whatever, and I tattooed like a grapefruit or whatever. And that really doesn't, it's not the same as tattooing the skin. For with anything or anything like that, it's like, really you're practicing holding that machine and feeling the vibration and stuff, so I did a little bit of that. And then the second time I tattooed, it was on myself again, but this time I had guidance. This time
they didn't guide you the first time with the chicken.
No, they were just like, go at it.
Oh,
what
no.
the heck?
Because like I said, I think it was for their own amusement and to see me squirm.
Wow.
And to see if I would come back or whatever.
If you're a tattoo artist, comment if this is something similar you went through with Jesus.
That's
crazy.
Well, I mean,
It
if
does sound
anything, like
awful.
they said, well, don't contaminate anything. Like don't be touched, like don't touch your stuff, your blood, and touch other shit. That's pretty much what they told me, and that's it. So just set up the machine and everything for me, and they said, here you go. Did it on my thigh, so I could like reach it. But it's the second time I tattooed myself again, but this time I had more guidance. So it went a little more smooth. It was still nerve wracking. It was still horrible. And then the third time, it was also on myself. The next time, the next 2 times, it was on people that I worked with at the shop because they were donating their skin to me. So, you know, I can get some.
Like, that seems like a nice thing to do.
Yes, it's super standard. Like you want to, you're like,
It's like super mean, but then it's like, oh, it kind of works, huh?
yeah. So we, you know, it's just for practice. And then after that, it was like free tattoos on like my friends and family. Tips are accepted.
Yeah.
So I, you know, had no problem doing a bunch of free tattoos, and it was a bunch of like small stuff. So I did a lot of that until, you know, I got a little bit better. And then he threw me out there doing walk-ins. Like, should not have.
Within how long?
I would say 3 months after I picked up the machine. He had me doing full-blown walk-ins.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't say no. And there was a bunch of, like, I fucked up a lot of people, probably. And that ain't no lie.
Would you say that's just part of it?
Definitely. But I would say it depends on your mentor. If you have somebody that is putting more care and work into you, they're not going to let you do that. They're not going to let you bite off more than you can chew. They're going to make sure that you're ready to go out there and do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I didn't really get taught much. I just got thrown out there, and it was like drown or keep up.
You learn by failure.
Yeah. Yeah. So
God bless people willing to.
It was hard, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. And like all the days that I went home crying and felt like sack of shit, I still showed up because, I mean, here I am.
Yeah.
So
when you do those walk-ins at the beginning, are you getting paid?
So it's a very little. So usually when you're a tattooer, it's usually commission or booth rent, which I don't think a lot of people do booth rent around here. So standard commission, like pretty much in any shop, is 60-40 split. So the artist getting 60 and the shop getting 40. So you start out 20%.
Wow.
And then everything else, and you're paying. Commission is per tattoo. So and then you're paying like for the apprenticeship too. So your money that you're making is going to your apprenticeship. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it was rough because I wasn't making hardly anything. You know, I was making some, but it just not as much as because that's just, it is pretty standard for that to happen. Like when you're an apprentice and you start tattooing, you do get paid, but it's very little. So you get to keep your tips. You make about 20% or so, depending. And then as you get good, or you're showing up, you're doing a good job or whatever, your mentor would be like, all right, cool, you're getting 30 now. And then on and on. I worked in Denver for a year, and my commission was 50-50. And that sucked.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was like, we charged shitload more. So, I mean, it was like kind of evened out. But at the same time, it hurt.
Yeah.
Doing my paperwork at the end of the night and just giving a fat stack of my hard-earned money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could put a number on it, how many tattoos do you think it took you to be like comfortable?
It would be a number of hours, like thousands of hours.
Thousands.
Like, yeah.
That's a 10,000 rule, I've always heard.
Yeah, it's something like that, man. Because I've tattooed so much and so long. Like we would have these Friday 13th events where I'm tattooing. I thought it was like 15, 18 hours was a long time, but this is like 20. We had this crazy dude wanted a 24-hour thing, and it's like this shop in Elm Street in Dallas called Elm Street Tattoo. They're the first ones that came out with Friday 13th. That's why all these people you see doing it. It originated from Elm Street Tattoo in Dallas, and they do it big. They have artists coming from all over the country to help with these 24-hour things, and I guess those dudes try to do that. And it was just, you know, just us, just our crew. We didn't have like counter help. Like these, in Elm Street, they have people there helping
Like
all
it's
the
an
artists.
organized event.
Yeah, everyone's like doing paperwork. It's like there's like it's a well-oiled machine, but we just did it and it was a clusterfuck and everyone was like sleep deprived. We'd try to do shifts and no one would come to their shift. So we'd just be like, it was horrible. So it's like lots of working like that, lots of just tattooing, lots of being scared and doing shit that you know, I don't know how to do. I'm scared to do. I have to do it anyway. And so like also a big thing that happened for me that made my quality jump super fast was quitting drinking. Because you didn't know me. Jen, you knew me kind of, saw me around at the bars and stuff.
I see you at house shows.
House shows,
House
yeah.
shows and scoons.
Yeah, scoontings. You know,
I've never heard that one. That's a good one right there.
Yep. But it's just like it's been a long time, and I stopped drinking, stopped partying the way I was partying, and it's not like that I wasn't trying, but I guess my brain was just not functioning right, and is like as soon as I stopped, and I stopped for a few months, like my quality got better, and then I actually moved to Colorado it was brief. There's a long story after that, but when that shop that I was at, they were even, I feel like I was an apprentice again. And they were, you know, it was crazy. Like they were like, hurry the fuck up. Like I'm tattooing, I got an appointment. They're like, hurry the fuck up. There's walk-ins out there. Like you're the walk-in man. Like, so I'm like, shit. So I'm like, they would tear my shit apart. They would look at it and they'd be like, bro, what the fuck? This and this and this. And like, yeah, it was hard. It was hard. But it was like, I'm so glad that they did that. I got a lot from that. Even though they could have been a little cooler about certain things or whatever, but it was really then, and that it was really then where I was like traditional, like everyone in that shop did traditional, dude. So I was like, man, like this. I looked at everyone doing nothing but that, and I was like, I want to be like that. And I started that's when I started doing my paintings and stuff, my watercolor stuff and painting flashes, because they pretty much was like, dude, you don't fucking paint, whack. What the fuck? And I tried painting before.
You got bullied into painting.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, well, actually, like I started to paint. I was kind of painting before. I just didn't really stick to it. I didn't really know how to apply it. So I was kind of painting even before that.
Yeah.
Like literally months before I moved, because I was like, these people paint. Oh, I need to get.
Or do we too?
Yeah, that's cool.
I need to get on this shit. And then I got there. They're like, you paint? And I was like, no, because I didn't want to be like, yeah, I paint, and then fucking suck. You know what I mean? So started painting, and they would give me assignments like, you got to do this, like bring it back tomorrow. And then they'd tear my ass apart on that too. So, but that all helped me. It contributed to me coming back to Lubbock. So I came back in 2020. And, you know, it was COVID times when I came back. We were shut down. So initially it was going to be just a guest spot because I was going to move to Washington from Colorado.
Really?
But COVID happened. Like literally I had a guest spot in Washington ready. I had a hotel. I had, you know, rental, whatever. And it all just went to shit. So we were like, oh, let's just go back to Lubbock, man. Like, I know I got a job there and we'll go there for a while, see what happens. And we got back and I was like, I ain't leaving. I want to be here. This is my hometown. Like So when I got back and we were able to open, I was fucking busy. And I just thought, you know, everyone had a stimulus. They had their income tax they had to spend. Because
I miss that 2020 money people had.
They're coming back for it. You guys better be careful.
So I was like, shit, yeah. Like,
it was a good year.
I thought that's why I was super busy, because I had been gone for a year living somewhere else. B, because, you know, everyone's just like fucking stir crazy. They're like, I'm trying to go get my hair done, my nails done, get a tattoo, you know, go shopping, whatever. But I just kept being busy.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, and I just kept, you know, drawing, you know, I had to get new customers and stuff. And sometimes people wouldn't even tell me I want traditional style. I want this style. That's how I drew it. And I think that's how the momentum kept up. And I just kept doing more and more and more of that. Mm-hmm. And now that's all I do, because
Yeah.
Now I can say no to stuff. It's crazy.
When you came back to Lubbock, where were you tattooing at?
I was at Black Door Studio, and that's where I've been since 2015, and that's when they opened up. Before that, I was at that other shop that me and the two guys that own Black Door, we worked there together, and then they decided, us and the owner was like, stuff wasn't going great, so he was like, "Hey, I'm opening this shop. I'm opening a new location," and he's like, "Not all of y'all can go," and this and that, and we're like, we don't want to go. And luckily, so at that time, I was only tattooing 2 years. I was barely out of my apprenticeship, and they took me along with them. And I'm forever grateful, and I learned a lot over there at Black Door, and they're still a great shop, I'd always
Is that the one on 34th?
Yeah, they're on 34th.
Yeah. I knew y'all when y'all were like off the
4th in Detroit.
Yeah.
Well, there's a big hotel there now.
Yeah.
And that's what happened is I was getting ready to burn off to go to Denver, and the owner of that building, they sold it, and then they told the guys at Black Door, "Hey, we're tearing this down. Y'all got
the one by
y'all got to go."
Is that what'd you say? 4th in Detroit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was across from Tet.
Yeah.
It was like right on that exit
by that 7-Eleven.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So there was a tattoo spot over there?
There's like 7-Eleven, and there's the Detroit, and then there was a shopping center on that other side, and that's where it was. There was a whole ass shopping center that got tore down. Used to be a Dairy Queen way back in the day there too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So what made you move on your own?
Well,
all of this that you're telling us?
It was all of the clientele I had. I was like, damn, start crunching some numbers, got told you all about my 60-40 split and everything. And I was just super busy. And, I don't know. I didn't even want my own tattoo shop. That's never been like a dream of mine. Because in my mind, I was like, dude, if I open a shop, I'm going to have to get artists and I'm going to have to babysit them. And because I've been one of those artists, don't want to show. Dude, there's some people out there, they don't want to show up on time. You're waiting an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They show up, they didn't even got the drawing done. Then you're waiting there more. Then they got the drawing done and they want to go smoke a cigarette. And you're just sitting there waiting all fucking day. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to put up with that. I have quality standards, like high quality standards. I don't want to babysit. I want someone to trust, So I was like, I never wanted that because I didn't want the stress. I didn't ever think about it like I could just have my own private shop and do my own thing. Yeah. And when I finally started thinking like that, because tattooers have like a real, it's like a real hard ass shit. You know what I mean? It's like, man, if you're not always working, if you're not always pumping it out, then you're not a real tattooer, this and that. So I was in that, like, I was like, that was my mentality too. So I didn't think about like, I can do this. I can do something different. You know what I mean? So I crunched some numbers, I did some stuff and I was like, man, I think I can do this on my own with my clientele. And, I'm paying them this money for the commission anyway. That's the money I could be paying for the building, the bills and all the utilities and all that stuff. And it was super hard to start my own business and start, get a building. And there's all these zoning laws. There's all this stuff. Like, I'm not a business person. I'm a tattooer, just like I'm an artist or whatever, I didn't know how to do anything. I
go in on like any like entrepreneur shit. You were just kind of like, hey,
and I couldn't ask anyone for help because I hadn't told the guys yet because I didn't know, because it wasn't like, it just kind of happened. I did tell them, I gave them ample notice and stuff, but I didn't want to tell them too early. And then, because I didn't know when stuff was opening, I didn't want to mess things up and not have a job to work at. And I don't know. It was crazy opening it up, man. And I'm so glad it's open now.
Is it just you there?
It's just me. Yeah.
Is that the plan?
That's the plan. I'd be open to having somebody, but again, like,
would you put him through the ringer like you did?
Well, not an apprentice.
Oh, okay. Already established.
I don't think. Yeah, it would have to be, because there's no need for me to pluck somebody and teach it. Like, I don't know. I've gotten people asking me on email, like they've never met me, they've never got tattooed by me. They're like, "Hi, I was wondering if I can get an apprenticeship over the summer. It just sounds super fun." And I'm like, "Bro," and I'm just like, I don't even respond. But you're emailing me. You're emailing me. Get real. You didn't even get a tattoo by me, and you're gonna ask me for this thing, like. Damn. So
I love it.
I'd be open to like hiring an artist or whatever, but like I said about the quality standards and all that, like, and plus like all the good guys I know out there here on Lubbock, they already got a shop. I'm not trying to poach anybody either. You know what I mean? So I'm totally content with just being me because I can handle all the bills and everything on my own. And I love it because I don't have to, I can just, I go in there and I do my thing, and my customers really like it too. It's real laid back and chill.
Mm-hmm. I have a sort of a business question. Is it hard? Like do you get permits and shit, or is it pretty much like, hey, I have a tattoo shop, this is it? Or do you have to go through a lot of hoops for it?
A lot of hoops, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it depends on your building. So first of all, because I didn't even know what the hell the first step was. So I was like, okay, it was like on Google. What can Google tell me? They're like, okay, you need to get a business license. Because I guess all these years I've been operating under sole proprietor. Who'd have known? I didn't know. Like I have a CPA and stuff, like helping me do my taxes because like, we get paid cash or
you
car
have to
or whatever,
deal with now. Huh?
Yeah. So, it used to be just cash, but I was like, man, I want to take everything. Why not take every form of payment, So I was like, someone in the CPA office that I work with also does like LLCs or whatever. So I got me an LLC, which is like, you can do it on your own, but there's all this like stuff you got to do. And I was like, I'm just going to pay this lady $300 to form me an LLC. And that's when you pick out your business name, which was Broken Chains Tattoo. And if it's available, then it's yours. And
nice.
Yeah. And then
I got to get my LLC.
Yeah, dude, do it.
I know
It'd be cool because
putting
then
it on the
you
back
have
burner.
It's cool. And then okay, I was like, fuck, I don't remember the whole order I did, everything. So then it was like, okay, how do I find a building? So I found out that Lubbock is zoned. Like we have zones. So you can only put certain businesses in certain areas in town and certain buildings. So there's this website on the City of Lubbock page, and it's like a zoning map. So I talked to the city planner. I don't know how I figured out how to call him. Talked to the city planner. He said, okay, you're zoned for this C3 highway, interstate, and whatever. So he's like, so go on the website and you're looking for it. Everything's like color coded. So he's like, you're looking for this and this and this. And I was like, okay. So then I found all the buildings that I could even zone by right. That's what it's called. That my business, a tattoo shop.
So you had to put in like a lot of work, but like you had to be about that shit to like.
Dude, it was so stressful.
So much research.
That's why older cities are cool because they don't have any zoning laws. You can put a shop anywhere.
I noticed like smaller cities are like that. But yeah, dude. So I was like, okay, so just for funsies, I was like looking around. I was driving up Avenue Q. So y'all know most shops are in the same area, around Q 34th, 19th, kind of over there. And that's why, because it's zoned. Is zoned for it. You can't get a place. There was a place over there by Chips on 66 in University, and it was zoned. And I was like, oh shit, because I didn't want to be in the hood, man. Like, because I mean,
I love your spot.
I've always worked.
I grew up on that area.
I got lucky with that spot because it's like a single building all by itself. It's cool. Yeah. But I was trying to go over there.
Apartments?
No, I'm Briarcroft Center. It's an old shopping center. It's off 50th and Q, but it's more like 50th and P. It's I'm right next to a neighborhood, and then right next to me on the other side is the Briarcroft Center. I'm like in a big ass parking lot, but it's in a little standalone building.
I don't know why I just saw his last name. Our Googler. Oh yeah, you are on there. There you go.
Yeah, see, it's that little building. How cute.
Yeah, that little building right there.
Nice.
It's cool. But anyway, I went to go look at that building, and the guy was like, "So what are you planning to put here?" And I said, "Tattoo shop." And he just like, his face went. He's like, "Yeah, I can already tell you now that the owners of this building don't want any tattoo shops here." Even though it's zoned. So once you find a building that's zoned, then it's under the discretion of the
if
landlord.
They even want to take it.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck. But anyway, I ended up finding this one after, and it works. It's awesome. I have some pictures of the inside on my page.
Yeah.
There's also the Broken Chains tattoo page, but there's some pictures in there. We put a lot of work in it. But anyway, the building was all fucked up, dude. Like it'd been vacant for 7 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like at one point the roof was like deteriorated, and there was like rain coming in like for years, and I guess the property manager finally threw a roof on it at least. But there was a point where he told me that they're like a homeless guy or something like jimmied his way in there, and he started a fire in one of the rooms. He let me know that before I went in there and looked at it, because it was like rotten. All the walls were like gross, and I was like, wow, yeah, I could see the potential in here. And you know, and I saw that it was like a black room. It was like all black. All the sockets and stuff were like melted. And so they did a lot of work to that. Yes, it was like crazy, because I was like, there's no way I can like renovate this stuff on my own. I don't know. I'm not rich. I don't have all the money in the world. I don't know how much that shit costs. So they were like, so... And then this is another thing where I didn't know what to do. They were like, we want you to put in a formal offer. Like if I was a realtor and I was like buying this, but I'm just like renting it. So I had to do all these like realtor terminologies and all kinds of shit. I was on Google copy and pasting and did all this weird shit, all this financial stuff. They said, cool. And then they said, okay, what are the conditions that you want? What do you want us to do here? So I was like, shit, I want you like new AC, like everything was broken, like not just the AC. It was like new restroom, new this, that, like everything pretty much, except like I was like, I'll do the floor. I'll add a sink. And then they're like, okay, cool. Let's calculate it and see, you know, how much this is going to the cost. Like, cause usually it was like, we do 3-year leases, and I was like, cool. And then they came back, you know, after they figured everything out, they were like, so it's going to be a lot more expensive than we thought. So we can do everything that you want, but for 5 years. And I said, sign me up. Mm-hmm. So they got after it, and took a while. And then, me and my husband, Garrett, we did like the painting, the floors. We got someone to come and do a sink, you know, put a sink in and stuff. So, took a long time, but it all got done somehow.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, you did all, like, after they did it, all that was left was painting the walls and the sink. Is that pretty much?
Yeah. So everything was like white. Like there's cased openings that they did. I asked them to do because it was like closed off rooms and stuff. And I was like, I want a case opening here. I want a case opening here. Blah, blah, blah. So they did a lot of shit for me. And yeah, when we got there, pretty much everything was white, blank, super, super brand new. And just like the floors was like concrete with like carpet glue on it. So we did like luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout. And then in the other couple of rooms, we just kind of grinded down the concrete and stained it. So
this is all you and your husband, pretty much?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
You did a good voiceover. That video was playing, so everything you were explaining, it was popping.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's the one where you can see the before and after, where it's like scary, dingy, dark place into like a nice magical, like, let's get this shit started.
Now that you are where you are, how many hours a week are you spending there?
I don't know. It varies, you know, because not every day is the same. Not every appointment is the same. Some of them I'm there all damn day. Some of them, you know, I'm out of there by, you know, 4:00. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. And I used to think that I would be there all the time, like painting and stuff. But I mean, I hear a bunch of like crackheads yelling at themselves outside, and I gotta be like kind of on the lookout. So I don't feel like super like I want to chill there all the time. Like, so I love it there, you know, but it's mainly just a place for me to tattoo at.
Like a workspace.
It's my workspace. Yeah. And I go home and paint and stuff because I can pet my cats, my dogs, and, you know, do whatever. And I live like 3 or 4 minutes away from the shop. So,
you can feel home at home.
I got a bunch of plants and shit there too. So I gotta
know. You have all those plants. It's always so cool.
I am.
Plant mommy.
What's the longest tattoo session you've ever done?
No, not too long, man. Like I've done.
You're fast as fuck. God, you're fast as fuck.
Quickest hands this side of the Llano Estacado.
The rumor in the streets is you got a heavy hand.
They could say that. Like, this is what I say. Would you rather be quick?
Jen said that, but also she got her kneecap.
Quick and painful, or slow and painful?
Yeah,
that's what I say. They're all painful.
The heavy hand thing is like I've heard both. And I'm not saying I'm not. But I'm not trying to but there's a reason why I'm fast. Like I get that shit in there and I get out.
Yeah.
There's no pussyfooting around.
There you go, people. Is there any tattoo you won't do?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you been asked like anything like absurd? Like
no, because usually I feel like usually
that?
people that want like crazy racist shit is going down to Joe,
Yeah.
Joe
they
down
have
the
the
street.
common sense to
Yeah,
not.
no, they don't. They want to trade a pack of smokes for it or whatever. Like go down to whoever's house.
Yeah. to do that
Tattooing in the
shit.
garage. I've never gotten asked to do that. And like the stuff I say no to these days, I guess would be like realism. Like, okay, if you want badass realism shit, go see that dude X, because he's good. Like I could do some mediocre like that.
Yeah.
I'm not that great at it. I didn't put in the work to excel on that because I wanted to focus on other stuff. So I'll be like, dude, I'm not interested in that. And you don't want me to do that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't realize they don't look at this. They're like, oh, I heard from a billion people that you're a good tattoo artist and this and that, and I want you to do this. But they don't really they're just doing it because it's a word of mouth thing and not really looking at the work. And and I'm like, no, there's people in this, there's damn good people in this town that can make that happen for you.
Yeah. Like if people ever ask me who's a good tattoo artist in town, I'm like, well, what kind of tattoo?
Yes.
Because there are people I refer to X. There are people I'm like, well, my friend Bambi. There are people I'm like, well, Lance,
Exactly. Yeah. And I follow all of them, So there are good artists in Lubbock and a lot of people are shocked, I'm like, no, you just got to look and, you're going to have to pay too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking because I know this story of these crazy people on TikTok and one of the girls got her girlfriend's face tattooed on her face. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, is there some integrity as a tattoo artist to be like, no?
Some people don't give a fuck. They just want your money.
Do you feel, I was going to say that. I was like, do you feel like it's almost like the responsibility of the artist to kind of be like, no?
Yes.
Because it's like, even if you do it because the person is begging for it, you're still putting that on them.
Oh, yeah.
And time.
Again, some people, they don't give a flying fuck. They're like, fuck you, pay me. They don't care about you. You look at their work. Their work's not that great because they don't care. They just want your money.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
But there has to be,
reputable.
ethics, I guess. Ethics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you can be like, man, I highly advise against it for this and this reason. And damn well there's going to go down the street. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
They can go down the street to a less reputable person and get whatever they want. And you can sleep at night.
Yeah, I've had to have that conversation too, as far as hair goes, people will sit in my chair you do color corrections, you do blonding, and I'm like,
they have box
yes.
black in their hair and they want to go
just
blonde that day.
Just situations that aren't realistic, and it's my job to be honest about it because I know if I get into this, it's going to be a shit show if you don't have realistic expectations. But also, if I kind of just tell them I won't do it. And I'll kind of have to also tell him, if you find somebody who says they can, I would maybe check them because they might not have your best intentions.
Yes. I think that's the perfect thing. Yeah. That's all you can do.
But you kind of have to just send them away with that advice.
And I feel like doing that, Jen, that puts more value on you, though.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I would rather be
they go get their hair fried up and they're going to be like, fuck, she told me so.
What does Jen know?
She told you so.
What does Jen know?
And that happened so many times, dude. So it was before I opened the shop, I was getting a bunch of emails. I was trying to set people up. I was taking deposits. This girl's like, hey, I want to get this eyeball with wings. And I said, shit, yeah. And it took me a minute to get back to her, because I was busy working on the shop or whatever. I finally got back to her. I was like, hey, I'm able to open. I'm ready to do this. I can get you in this day. She goes, oh, thanks for letting me know. Unfortunately, I already got it done, but they messed it up big time. And I totally regret not going to you.
Oh, geez.
And, that's just how it goes.
It is how it goes.
You can, wait a little bit or get whatever. It's a gamble.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of,
it literally
yes, but yeah.
Oh,
she actually asked me to fix it. And I was like, I'm actually not taking up any fix up projects.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
it's you pay a little cheaper and then it takes a lot more money to fix You know, when they could just like hair.
These are literally the two things I would in my mind like. You got to spend the money on your fucking hair and tattoos. I don't give a and piercings.
Hell yeah.
It's like there's no way.
Yes.
There's no fucking way.
But you know what? You got to be fucking careful because there's some shops out there that aren't great quality that still charge up the ass. So check your portfolios.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good
Read
thing
your
about Instagram.
reviews.
Word of mouth. Instagram.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you should be getting some whack shit these days, dude, because Instagram, everyone's got their stuff on Instagram. Now, no one has like actual book portfolio. I still have both.
Do you really?
Yeah, I go to conventions and stuff. And so there'll be someone next to me with a little QR code for the Instagram. And then there's my book. And people are like looking through the book. And sometimes people are like, ooh, I want something like that. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I can do
You know,
that,
because
yeah.
it's like physical. It's like right there. I like having both options.
Yeah. That would be fucking cool. I've thought about doing that, making like a coffee table book of like my work to have on my station.
And it's cool for you in the future.
Just to have it. Yeah, because I've done like shoots with hair and shit. So just to
Yeah.
have it.
and then to reflect on later.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
there any body parts you won't tattoo?
Well, I guess not really. I've never tattooed any genitals, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not really what I was just saying in
But,
general. I didn't have any
it really
idea.
depends on the situation, what they're wanting. Stuff
Where's like
that.
the wildest spot you've tattooed? Have you done somebody's armpit? I've
yes,
seen that before.
You actually, he's on your show, Dub. I did a
Oh, yeah.
state of Texas in his armpit.
Fucking A, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's the
Any
only
feet,
pit.
like underneath the foot.
I've done a made in Texas on the bottom side of a foot.
I would do that. That's pretty cool. No, I wouldn't.
It's just
That would
like
hurt so
I don't
bad.
think it would stay.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Any eyeballs, eyelids?
I've never tattooed an eyelid. I really don't know how. Like I've heard a couple weird fucking things. It's like, how do you because like you know you gotta like
thin.
press. You know when we're tattooing, like you see us going like this because we're stretching the skin. So it's like how do you do that? So either I think you just
Do you just go for
I've heard like sticking a tongue depressor, like big popsicle stick in there. I'm like, how does that? I was like, no, that is no. I don't know if that's true.
Bradley looks so concerned.
And if anyone is like, yeah, dude, go for it.
Any on the palm?
I have done palm tattoos. I've done inner lip tattoos.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't do them anymore. It was cool
Really?
because during COVID, I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's COVID. That was my excuse. But now I'm just like, I don't want to do
Does
it.
it feel pretty great that you can say, no, I don't want to do that?
Fuck yeah, it feels
Yeah.
great, dude. Because I never thought I would get here. You know, I never because everything. I was broke. I needed money to eat. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's like I get so many people wanting cool shit or just shit that I'm drawing up, and that's my next goal is to do more of like just my designs and pre-drawings and stuff because I want to also do like painting and other stuff that I do like. You know, I do a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I get my tattoos at EDOC to just give her an idea and
Yeah.
let her fucking draw it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do
Well,
it.
that's the best way. If you like
Yeah.
their work,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then
That's
you,
why I came to
'cause
you
of-
for my knee.
Yeah, so you were just like, I want a panther with hearts, one kind of hard and girly, and that's what we came up
whatever
with.
Yeah, it's
colors
pretty
you
fun.
want, whatever you want to do. Like I just knew that her style is what I was wanting, like bold and colorful. So I was like, panther.
That's the perfect way to do it because you, like I said before, you already know what you like. That they do what
Yeah.
you like, what they're gonna produce. So all you got to do is be like, hey, I want this. Like you can find a reference or whatever, but when people do that, I'm like, okay, and I just draw my own.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
because I'm not gonna like
copy it.
like well with some stuff I will like flat like traditional like just flash like
Yeah.
old school like classic flash that's fine but if it's like someone showing me someone else's tattoo I'm not gonna copy the exact thing
Mhm.
like I'm gonna base my design heavily on that because that's kind of what they like
Mhm.
and a lot of people are just like
Okay.
yeah, hey, what's up? I want an eagle on my chest. I'm like, sick. Because that's all really I need to know is like, where's it going? Do you have tattoos around there? So that way I can draw it for that spot. Sometimes I draw straight on the skin, you know, to draw on to fit.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I've seen
There's some videos.
I've seen this crazy where I guess this crazy photo where I guess the tattoo artist copied another tattoo and they showed him the picture where it was like right here.
Oh,
But the guy got it like a little lower but I guess the tattoo artist included the nipple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's a Batman. Yeah. So there's like, it's like a really nice, like, it's like someone's sleeve. No, it's someone's ribs or their sleeve or something. I don't remember, but I guess whoever was getting this tattoo showed their artist, like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Right. And it was a guy, it was a picture, and it was like his arm and whatever, and his nipples show, like, I guess it was on his chest and stuff, and there was just like a little break with his nipple showing. But on the tattoo that the artist replicated, he also included that the guy's nipple.
Oh, no.
I was gonna look it up,
but very
Batman
badly
nipple
done.
tattoo probably
Dude, do
come up
it.
something different.
Be like,
Bad Batman tattoo, just like that.
yeah,
Botched Batman tattoo.
this shit's hilarious.
Botch.
There's other ones like that too, where they
Wait.
include.
Just do bad Batman tattoo.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Nipple.
Okay,
Jesus.
go ahead and include that.
I'm gonna get a virus.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, included
Yeah,
it
dude.
for you.
See, but it's done really fucking bad anyway.
Oh, on the
Yeah,
right
that's
foot.
not even. The hell is expecting something way better than that?
Mm-mm.
It was explained to me once, to never get a tattoo on the eye, eyeball, and then even inside the mouth, because I've been told that, I guess when you bust those blood vessels inside, like the way the skin is inside your mouth,
Mhm.
I guess when you bust it, the cell fills up with the ink. So if you originally wanted like a word
Mhm.
on inside your mouth, it'll turn into like just a big old spot of just ink.
Nah.
Blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah, blowouts happen for sure, but it it doesn't do. I've seen some, like, there's a inner lip tattoo that I saw a year and a half healed, and it still looked like, I was like, dang, I'm surprised it even stayed, because a lot of
Yeah.
times they don't even stay in your lip because it's like a weird texture thing. I've seen people with healed eyelids and stuff. The eyeball thing, that's different. That's not. And they're injecting ink.
Yeah, they were getting blinded by that shit.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It's like, I mean, it's like, I think it's illegal in most places anyways, and someone just went to someone that was like, I'm doing it, I don't give a shit, and then but yeah, it's like injecting ink into the whatever film that is over your eyeball, which sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos, so I don't know tattoo language and vocabulary.
It's all right, that's what I'm here for, man.
Ask away, bro.
Yeah, but that all the ink lives in your body forever and ever.
Yeah.
Did the forehead hurt?
All of them did. I've definitely had worse.
Did it bleed a lot?
It bled like normal, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. It was a little
Did
bloody,
you have to
but
shave back?
it was the sides here that
Oh, you had to, like,
they're
grow
still
out?
yeah, because it hit my hairline, so it shaved the sides a little
That's
bit.
forgiving though. It's like baby hairs. It'll like grow
Yeah,
back soft.
I had like, it was like 2 little strands of hair that I was like,
yeah.
and then kind of shaved. Because I initially put the stencil on, it was like going in there, and I was like, no, I want it going, because I was like, how cool would that look with my
To,
hair
like, have
growing
it
out?
in your
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
I saw a video of a man. He hadn't even got the tattoo yet, and he pissed himself. Do you have any horror stories?
Well, why did he piss himself?
Because he was scared. I don't know. He's a pussy.
Was he like passing? Like
He was
was he
like
like?
shaking in his chair, and he started pissing himself. And the guy's like, "All right, I'm not doing this." I don't know if y'all seen that
course,
fucking video.
Jesus.
You got any crazy stories like that? Anybody?
Have you
Nah.
ever had to tell people like, you know what, we're just gonna stop? Besides me, I'm just kidding.
There you are, right there.
No, that's Jen's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which one's Jen?
the
Which one you
panther.
think?
This you?
That's me.
Where's that?
It's my kneecap.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That really.
It's like he
did
didn't
you over.
believe you.
I know. I'm like, what do you mean?
That really did. You
I was
over right
there.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Humbled my ass.
Well, dude, like she's got a bunch of like real light black and gray. It's like
Yeah.
very differently applied. Like
and it was
the-
my first leg tattoo.
well, that's what I was about to say. Is like, you're. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt anymore, but with the gray wash stuff, it's a lot of layering. A lot of mostly shading, minimal line work.
Like to me, they're easy to sit through. 'Cause,
Yes.
Like they might be 9-hour sessions, but it's just shading the whole
so
way through.
it's different because the way you do like a traditional tattoo, I'm big ass thick line, and on her
Long
knee.
lines.
So knees legs are period more painful than arms, period,
I learned
in
that.
general. And then on the fucking knee. And then getting a traditional tattoo when you're used to a bunch of lighter
Yes.
kind of
Like I have other work of yours, but they were just bangers.
you know, like little bat,
Yeah.
you know, and then on your arm and the
Yeah.
little Michael Myers on. So yeah, those are tiny, you know. So
Literally.
it's like, but that one's that's some serious business.
If I can quote you, I vividly remember you were like, "You're fucking crazy. This is huge." And then she just starts.
Golly.
And like she like knocked it out as much as she could. Like lining in 30 minutes,
I did have
shaded
to-
in 30.
I did have to tap her out just because her leg, like she
Was
wasn't,
I
she
would've
wasn't
been like-
doing it. Like she wasn't, you weren't like, your leg was just slowly starting to move away. And I kept having to like wrangle you and like kind of like, and you got muscly legs. So I'm like,
Thick-ass
so I was
legs.
like, I would start, there's one point you're sat up, you're like, hold on. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no.
And for me, like, you know, I'm holding my, because I'm empathetic.
No, and like,
that shit
that's what you
hurts.
kept telling me. Like she would stop and she'd
Like-
be like, "I know it fucking sucks," and
But,
then
like,
she would just
try to get after that shit, man. And then, so she only had so much left, but I tapped her out because I was like, bro, like, you know, I knew it fucking sucks. It's brutal, dude.
I was so embarrassed to come back on this
no.
later for my 20-minute session.
Yeah. It didn't take long at all.
Not at
But
all.
you were so, you're like, fuck, because you kind of thought you were still traumatized.
Yes, dude.
And that shit, it doesn't play.
Yeah, I literally thought I could. I don't know. I was like, I can sit long sessions. My elbows are done. I've had my shoulders like in my armpit. Like bullshit.
But yeah. So my tattoos do hurt, but they stay in there.
Hell no, it's my favorite. It's like my favorite. Sonia
and-
tattooed my leg.
Oh
this
yeah,
last
that
year, and-
Jesus anime one.
Yeah, and it also fucking sucked. It hurt so bad.
just
So
legs fucking suck,
I
dude.
learned. Yeah.
But don't worry, I get it back. I get tattooed and it fucking sucks. Like I deserve this.
How was your foot?
Dude, it was fucking brutal.
I
It
wanna
was
get
cool.
tattooed
Like
by Heather so bad.
I love it. She just shared a story of it today, or not a story, a reel or whatever. She's super sweet, super nice lady. She
Will you
actually
look her up, Heather Hill, y'all.
she actually invited me to guest spot over at her shop, so that's cool.
Heather, hell yeah.
Hill, y'all.
I think you said Heather, hell yeah.
But it was good, man. You'll see in the video. She drew it on. So she started with like the top of my foot. She drew it on,
That
tattooed
little video.
it.
Oh, she's in Austin?
Yeah, she's in
Okay.
Austin.
This one?
Yeah, she literally just posted that today.
I think it's
That's your,
This was the last one I got.
oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, fucking dumb, but worth it.
How many hours?
So, dude, I was there for I was there in 11 in the morning and I left at 5:30.
Jesus.
So it was like a lot of like stopping, drawing. As you can tell, like she would
Oh wow.
do it in sections.
What's the style of, what is it sort of
It's just
style is it?
ornamental.
Is that what she kind of
No,
specializes?
she's actually done a big butterfly on my belt, the under my belly button on my stomach. So she does a lot of like bold, like traditional esque stuff. But I think she's trying to lean more into this.
I want a butterfly on my stomach.
I'll hook it.
She does really.
I'll hook it
cute.
up, dude.
I'm scared,
Not,
I'm
not
scared
at a
to go to
discount,
you.
but
Wow,
As in,
no.
I'll tattoo
I know.
you.
But I was like, well, a hookup sounds like a hookup. Hey, man,
It sounds, I don't know.
it'll look
Do
cool,
it. Do
though.
it. Do it.
I
Do
already
it.
got one right here. I kind of want one.
Well, if you already got one up there, then you be all right.
There you guys go.
Yeah, that's my
next
foot.
one.
So it was fucking brutal, of course. Y'all already know that answer. But what was really brutal was, okay, god damn it. So I flew to Austin that morning and I got a flight back that night because I wanted to go the fuck home. Because usually I'm like, I go to travel a lot to get tattooed, and usually I stay and I wander the streets and I go and do whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I got a fucking foot and ankle, my toes tattooed. I'm not trying to go and walk around all day
Like, I wanna
and
sit
aimlessly. So I was supposed to come back to Lubbock that day, and I did. But I mean, my flight kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. So I was at the airport, my foot was swelling and it just felt all juicy. It was in TSA, you know. She put that
Oh,
Sanoderm stuff on my
no.
foot so that way at least I threw a sock on in my busted ass Vans slides. But I mean, dude, the itchiness, I was like, I felt like I was kind of even worse than
I think about
it was
you, Roy.
burning.
Feet.
Oh, it was
Your
horrible. It was worth it though, because it was like, so my whole leg is pretty much tattooed. So it was like stopped right there. So it looked like a farmer's tan of tattoos because it's just like white, you know? So I was like, man, I can either get a couple of like traditional bangers and have to squeeze them in and whatever, or I can just like
fill it up.
fill it up. So I said, fill it up. She said, I got you.
Shout out to this lady.
Yeah.
Are you going to
She's
go over
got
there?
such cool work.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to try. I've been doing more conventions and stuff, and I'm going to be trying to do more of that next year. Doing other guest spots like at walk-in shops, making clientele, because her shop's a private shop too. So that way when I do go to her shop, I got some clients, you know, I don't have to be like, hey, Heather, can you shout me out so I can rustle up some stuff? So I'm going to go out there for sure.
Are tattoo conventions like to expose all of y'all to different people? Like what's kind of because
yeah.
I've seen a lot of them go on.
Yeah, they're good for a lot of things. It's good for for the non-tattooers that are there. It's good because like there's a lot of tattooers coming from all over, sometimes the world, all over the country. So it's like you really like this tattooer, and they tattoo in New York, but they're coming down to San Angelo. And it's only 3 hours away from Lubbock versus however long it is to New York. It's cool because you get a lot more artists to choose from that you may not have the opportunity to just go down to get a tattoo in fucking New York. You know what I mean? So it's cool to do that. It's cool because some people just like to walk around, and a lot of the artists are selling like merch and stuff and just cool shit. For the tattooers, like for myself personally, you can go and make some money and stuff. And that's always nice because you have to pay for your booth, you know, and your travel to get there and your hotel. So it costs money you got to pay to play. You can make it back and break even. But really what I like about it is meeting other artists and networking. Meeting a lot of fucking cool ass people, dude. So many cool people, really good people. And then that's when you start getting those invites to guest spot.
Do you
go
have
out.
merch?
I don't yet. I'm in the process. I'll probably have some before February. I'll have some shirts.
Yeah.
I have some stickers that I give away for free, at the shop and stuff. And someone to come. I should have brought y'all some stickers. Dang it.
Be sure
I have
you
some
include
stickers.
3X.
Oh,
Because I could never buy people shirts because they never had 3X.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about it because I'm going to have some merch coming out. I'm going to have to order another one of those for you. I forgot.
dang.
Yeah, my bad. I just realized that.
There was a Fools and Goals 3X for you, and somebody bought it.
No, it's actually still
I've been-
there.
Is it still there?
It's still there.
Yeah, I kind of figured someone did. so I
It was there on
like,
Friday when I was there.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
it's still there for you. I had it made just
I'm
for
just
you.
waiting for my next paycheck.
Okay. It's there.
What is some advice you would give to a young person who wants to be a tattoo artist?
I would say draw. Find something to stand out. Really show that you have something to offer, because people wanting to get in the tattoo business come a dime a dozen nowadays. Like more and more, like just parents are like, my kid wants to be a tattoo artist when they grow up. And that's fucking weird because that never used to happen, but it's getting very popular. And it's like, so draw. Have something to show the tattooer that you're going to ask before you ask. Go and get tattooed. Submerge yourself in the culture. Learn everything you can. If you're that passionate, you're going to do that anyway. Do whatever it takes. Don't give up. Don't be emailing me about an apprenticeship if you haven't gotten tattooed by me. That's for sure.
So there's a lot of tattoo artists now in Lubbock.
Uh-huh.
And that's like something, do you think that like everybody having their own very unique style is just going to be essential?
There's a lot of tattooers in Lubbock, but that doesn't mean that they hold up the quality, and there's someone out there for everyone. That's for sure, though, because not everyone likes traditional, not everyone likes realism. Some people like little shaky lines, it's good. Just do what you want to do. Like I would say when you're first starting out, be open. Like, don't be like, I'm just going to do this. No, you need to learn whatever your
Gotta learn
mentor.
your ABCs before you can spell, before you can make sentences.
So listen to your mentor. If you get to that point, listen to your mentor. Don't be a cocky asshole. Don't think you're better. Really work on it. Really submerge yourself in it, and just keep going.
You don't think, let's talk about this because we talked about this before.
Okay.
The AI art. What's your opinion on that? I wanted to bring that up on here because we kind of were talking about it before you got here.
Oh, really?
I really don't have much of an opinion about it. I will first say I think it's cool. Like, it looks cool. I get the allure. You know, it's like, man, makes me look bad ass. And, you know, it's freaky though, because their eyes don't ever, like, have y'all been seeing them? Like, their eyes look all like hollow and blank.
I always stumble into the spooky shit. And have you seen already? There's like a AI woman that keeps popping up on people's like generators. Her name is,
what do you mean?
I think her name is like Loab, like Loab or like
Don't even
Moab.
search her. Don't even search
It's
her.
ugly.
But she's popping up where?
like in the AI generators. Like people are seeing like the same distorted image of the woman in like different landscapes.
What'd I tell you?
Yeah, I recently.
Freaky.
Did you see it?
Before all this, I saw this video talking about the scariest websites, and a lot of it is like AI generated, produced photos of like real people. Like it actually looks like a picture of you. There, what it does is I guess it collects all these photos from social media and kind of just creates a face based on what it sees.
Yeah, people keep finding that.
Ugh.
This lady?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It just
the
keeps
fuck
being
is.
generated.
Jesus.
Like it just keeps.
You guys want to play with the devil?
So,
Jesus.
I don't know if it's the devil or not. Either way, spooky. I don't know. I know a lot of people have really strong opinions. Like other artists are like, this is bullshit. Like, y'all are paying this AI person to, you know, do portraits of you and you can be doing, and it's like, yeah, they weren't gonna pay you anyway, dude, for a portrait, you know. And like, I get that, but I get the other side of it too, you know. I personally won't be doing it. Just I don't really know why. Maybe it's the paranoia thing. Maybe it's because I don't want the AI to do art stuff with me. Maybe it's because I don't want my face in a weird database. But it probably already is with all the other apps and
I was literally
stuff that we
thinking about
have.
that. I was like, fuck. I thought I was on the moral high ground. I'm not. I do fucking videos every goddamn week.
Yeah, I mean, but I definitely thought about doing it. I was like, that looks cool, but I just probably won't, just because I don't want to get the app and pay whatever money to get that.
Good.
Are you gonna do it?
But if you want to do it, then do it.
I don't really have any interest in it.
You've already
honestly.
done portraits anyway, so why?
Like a real portrait.
Yeah, like
Yep. I mean, it's not even that. It's just like, it's not like my taste of stuff anyways, you know? So,
Yeah. I could, like I said, like I can see that it's cool, but,
you know, because they are cool.
but I'm not on like one side, and I'm not like,
Yeah.
damn you
yeah, no.
robots.
what's crazy is
It's
everyone's,
gonna happen.
It's like
Everyone.
TikTok dances. I just won't do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
but everyone's putting it as their profile pic now too.
Mhm.
So,
But wasn't there another
All right,
thing?
do what you want.
Wasn't there
Yeah.
another thing like that everyone was doing on Facebook? Like last year was like that, like a cartoon version of them or something.
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna be that. It's just another popular thing to do.
We're
right
gonna
now.
join the metaverse, and there's gonna be you already in there. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. There's gonna be another version of you somewhere else. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And then
Well, I hope they're at least cooler than me.
I don't know.
that was
Jesus.
probably a deep fake of you doing a bunch of other stuff. That
Oh God, are you are you on TikTok? Are
I'm
you
on
doing-
TikTok.
are you
I
doing
just
these?
got a TikTok like a couple weeks ago. I got some younger sisters, some Gen Zers, and they're like, Sarah, because I do the reels of my paintings and stuff, and time lapse videos and whatever on Instagram. They're like, Sarah, you need to get a TikTok. I've been hearing this from clients, and at first I was like, no, I don't want another form of social media because it's already a pain in the ass to do this on Instagram and blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm trying to. It's like, honestly, you got to keep up with the times. You're gonna get left behind.
Is because they can book with you through Instagram, right?
They can DM me and it's
I was
we're
wondering,
chatting.
like-
Yeah, I don't have any kind of like calendar thing because it's so different. Like I can calculate how long it's gonna take and not run into another appointment and stuff like that. So just hit me up and we'll just kind of take it from there.
Usually, are you doing more than one a day, or
Yeah.
yeah?
Typically I do about 2 a day. Depends. Sometimes if it's like I'll do like one giant one if I'm working on a back piece. That's all I want to do that day. I don't want to. It's draining. It's mental. Like you don't seem like you're doing much. You're just sitting there, standing there, or whatever. But really, I'm doing it back. I'm like leaned over. Oh, man, that sounded weird. I'm like leaned over them and, my back's twisted and my mental, because you're just focusing on something.
Yeah.
fully present for
Yeah, I wanted
hours.
to ask you about that earlier. You quit the booze and it helped a lot. Like, how did that? It just gave you a
cleared
clear
me up.
mind? Yeah. Oh man, I need to quit the booze.
Do
I need to
you?
give it a little bit of a break. I said
At least a break for me, like I would take the breaks and then I wouldn't finish the breaks.
Yeah, that happened to me.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I
dude,
was supposed to go.
you will know, like, if it is like, I'm not against drinking. Like, I still can go to the bar. Y'all seen me out, you know? I've been, I was just sipping on my Topo or my Diet Coke or whatever. And it took a lot, dude. Like, if we want to get into that, it's cool. But when like, just be honest with yourself. You're like, you'll know. Because it took me forever to finally be like, oh man, I guess I do need to slow down. And I'm like, oh man, I can't even slow down. Like I'm trying and I can't, and it was like mourning the loss of a close friend, because that's the only thing like that I ever did for my whole 20s, and even when I was a teenager before that. So, It does. You don't ever not drink one night and be like, fuck, I wish I would drink last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's usually the other way. You're like, damn, I shouldn't have drank last night. Like, this shit sucked. But I mean, do it responsibly. You'll know, what's up. Don't drink and drive. Don't do that. I did a lot of that. I don't know how I didn't kill myself or someone else.
Was it interfering with your work?
Absolutely.
Like, were you not able to,
yeah. I would go to, dude, when I was working at Black Door over that location, Detroit, I had a little toolbox and stuff that I worked out of, but I had a deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, and a brush there because my ass couldn't get to work on time at 1:00 in the fucking afternoon. So rolling out of bed at 12:50, hauling ass. I'm still drunk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not even hungover yet, hauling ass to work, fucking brushing my teeth in the sink, like, puking. Yeah. So it did interfere a lot, and there was a lot of times where I was like tattooed, hungover, like basically drunk, and just like later in the day, it's like I barely remember earlier in the day because now I'm not drunk. And it did affect me. Like I was miserable. Like I had horrible like heartburn every single day. That disappeared when I stopped drinking, and that made me double over when I was tattooing, and when my heartburn would stop, and I'd have to like take a second, like take some breaths and stuff, and then everything went up. And that's why I named my shop Broken Chains Tattoo, is because those were some chains. I was holding myself back. I had all this potential and I didn't know. I hated myself, and I really don't know why. Maybe I should get therapy and find out. But, I self-abused myself like that for a long time, and then chalked it up to like, oh, it's rock and roll. Like, it's cool. Like I was highly functioning, I'm still paying my bills, like whatever. I didn't give a shit about my health, and I didn't realize that, I was like deteriorating on the inside, and it was affecting me in all areas of my life. Even my mom didn't even want to talk to me that much anymore, just because I was just so defensive and just ugly and in a bad mood all the time. Like I was always in a bad mood. I had an attitude with all the customer. Like I had a lot of complaints. Like I'm not like that. Like I'm a bubbly, like really nice, like customer service person. Like it's like I changed who I was. Like I didn't change who I was. I really became who I would have always been, but I was under the influence constantly. And it wasn't just alcohol. I started fucking with cocaine for years there at the end. Every time I drank, I was doing coke. So it was like really, really, just like it kept getting worse and worse. And then before you know it, since I was doing the blow, I was staying up. So instead of like at 4 a.m, it was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was going to 7-Eleven, and I was like, what time do y'all start selling beer? She was like, I don't think you need that. And I was like, oh shit. I went back home and I looked in the mirror after getting that beer, and I was like, haggard, dude. Like hair is all fucked up. I like beard, like and crumbs and shit on my shirt, and like I didn't think that it was that bad.
Yeah.
But it's like looking at it in retrospect, I was like, damn. I'm glad that I kicked that, because, and going back to why I named that Broken Chains, is because, I broke those chains, and everything since then has been amazing. But that is also something that contributed to all this success, was that, you know what I mean? Like that was also a part of everything. So it's just,
boy, oh boy, that's where I struggle. Is that fucking
How
the
many
booze?
years have you been sober?
it's 3.5 now.
Nice.
Wow.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
I had a first stint. It was 6 months. And then I was like, you know, it was drastically different how I changed my perception. Cause at first it was so fucking hard, dude. Like I was like, man, cause I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. That's all I did was drink. So I didn't know what to do with myself at all. And, you know, always in this like little voice in the back of my head was like, oh, maybe one day you can be an occasional drinker. Like you've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to just be like, you know, those people you go to see at the
sipper.
bar,
Yeah.
they have 2 drinks and then they're like tabbing out.
Mhm.
And I'm always like, what's the point? Oh, because their goal is not to get drunk. They're just socializing. They're just drinking responsibly. And so I've always had that little voice like, yeah, maybe, you know, maybe you can be an occasional drinker one day. And then, you know, 6 months passes by. I'm like, whoo, it's been 6 months, whatever. Like everything's going good. Like I'm getting more fit. Like I'm losing all this fat I've been carrying around. Like I'm taking care of myself. I stopped smoking cigarettes. Like my tattoos are getting better. My heartburn went away. And I was like, you know what? I think I could handle it. I'm not scared of you, alcohol. I am the boss. So I started drinking again. And we had a trip in Austin. And I had, you know, I say I only had a tall boy and 2 shots. That's pretty fucking excessive for just starting to drink again or whatever. And so I moderated it for a little bit. And then boom, I was right back to drinking the way I was, except my tolerance went down. So it was like blacking out every time I drank because I was drinking the way I used to drink when I hadn't drank for 6 months. So drink for 4 months. I was gaining more weight. My heartburn was coming back. I was
You
fucking
just
up at work.
regressed fully.
And I was like, oh my God, I miss who I was becoming. Like I missed that because now I had something to compare it to. Because I thought me feeling like shit all the time was normal.
Yeah.
And having the fucking hot trots every
like
day
you
was
experience
normal.
like a new quality of life.
Yes. So I was like, oh my God, I don't like this. I like that. So when I quit the second time, that's when I changed my mindset and I was like, I don't want to drink. Like
Yeah.
I like not drinking because I just feel better and just do better. And all that does is hold me back. So, and it made it a lot easier and it's been 3.5 since then.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to, you know, talk on the sidelines at any time, dude, I don't mind people. I have people messaging me sometimes that they know how I was, you know, and then how I am now. And they're like, dude, how do you do it? And I'm like, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. You know, some people, they do good with AA. Some people do good and they go get therapy. And some people white knuckle it. And that's what we call it. Cause you're like, you know, and it was only like that first time. The second time I was like, I didn't do any AA or anything. I just kind of dealt with it.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's going to be different for everybody, but I can tell you like what worked for me. But yeah, I don't mind talking about this ever because I know a lot of people in Lubbock that party fucking hard and maybe they don't know how to stop. They want to, because for a long time I was still partying, but I didn't even like, it wasn't even that fun anymore. It was just kind of going through the motions, you know, like, cause I didn't know what else to do with my time or anything. And now I have, you know, I do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I still have fun. And
Like there has to be like an easier transition from like the partying years into like, it doesn't have to be a problem, you know, for you to like slow down, you know?
yeah.
And I feel like I'm starting to see that kind of, you know, like around me and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, you know, like, okay, like I have to have tolerance in these places, but also like I cannot enable my friends also. You know what I mean? I cannot be an enabler because I care for my friends.
Yeah.
I see them get old with me too, you know?
Yeah, dude. And if you can like trickle off of it like naturally, then that's amazing, you know?
Mhm.
I think that's awesome. And for me, like, I don't know why. I don't know who I was trying to prove what to, but I was like doing the hardest, craziest shots, no chasers, fucking smashing a 12-pack of my I used to have
You're hard as fuck.
I used to have a
though.
band, and at practice I'd bring a 12-pack, and it's just for me. Y'all didn't bring nothing.
Jesus.
So,
Jesus.
yeah, dude. I think about it, cringe out all the time, but it's fun to talk about. I love to talk about it just because.
It was like it's good times when it's good times.
Right.
It just
You survived.
I survived. I'm here. Shit.
hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you sharing these things with us
Absolutely.
and coming to do the snake.
Thanks for
pit.
having me.
Yeah.
Sarah did a tattoo on Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook. Where else can they? Well-
Facebook's probably not good. It's just for friends and family, really. You can find me at Sarah Ditto Tattoo, Broken Chains Tattoo. TikTok now. There's no videos, but there will be. It's Sarah Ditto _ for those of you that don't have social media, I have a website. It's brokenchainstattoo.com.
There you go. Where did the name Bambi come from before we get you out?
I wish I had a cool story, but I've had that nickname for 19 years now.
Oh, okay.
I got it in, I guess, when I went to Cavazos. My cousin just started calling me that, and that's it. And it's like, Sarah is a very common name. So for a minute there, I was introducing myself as Bambi, and that was my name for a while. And then when I moved to Denver, I just went by Bambi because I was like, there's another Sarah tattooer out there because it's a big city, right? And then when I got back to Lubbock, I just stopped introducing myself as Bambi altogether. I took it out of my social media. So I don't mind people calling me that, but it's like, if you already know that, or if you hear that, you can call me that. But it's just like, it is what it is. It's a 20-year-old nickname.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing cool. Wish I had a cooler story.
I like nicknames. They're cool. Bradley, got anything else to say?
No,
Jennifer?
that's nice.
Texas Chainsaw Alchemist.
Lords of Film will
Hit
be
me
out
up.
by the time this comes out.
Yes, I'm back on Lords of Film.
Did
I
y'all do it
promise.
last night?
What?
No.
I thought y'all were doing one last night.
No, it's next Sunday.
Next Sunday, okay.
Oh, well, this coming Sunday. So
Okay.
you have the week to watch The Menu and Bones and All.
Okay.
There you go, people. Say hombre. One love, and we'll see you guys next time.